So hello guys and welcome back to Return to Glory, episode number 15 in the Singapore Grand Prix at Marina Bay. We got our first win for quite a while in here last season, which started off a pretty decent end to the season where we gained quite a lot of points. So let's see if we can do that again this season, starting off with this Grand Prix. So let's have a look at the R&D just quickly because I noticed something. Obviously I've done all the practice sessions now, not particularly good on the qualifying pace, I think we were 7/10 down, but obviously in qualifying all the time I do better anyway. But yes, let's look at the newsfeed. As you can see, Manor have bought some upgrades as well as us, so we bought a drag reduction. And what does that mean for the R&D? Well, it means we are top. We are beating Mercedes with Force India and Toro Rosso being the two next teams. But look at Manor, look at that, they're above Ferrari and Williams now, and basically level with Red Bull. So that is how much Manor have bought upgrade wise, you know, from where they were to now is absolutely incredible. So, you know, I'm very happy for them how they're doing. It's always nice to see Manor doing really well. Although it's a team that's had controversy in the past, you know, look at them now. They're doing really well in this season, which is incredible to see. So I'm very happy with them for that one. So going into this weekend, our qualifying paces, it's okay. Our race pace is good. Our race pace is a lot better. As per usual, our race pace is actually pretty awesome. But, you know, it's not race pace that's important now. It's R&D. And as you can see in the bottom right, there's a cease R&D option. What we're going to do is we're going to save up and get the fuel efficiency upgrade. And then we're going to cease R&D for the remainder of the season. And then we are going to obviously then spend all the points that we save, however many points that may be, until the beginning of the season in Australia, where we'll spend all of them at the end of the Australian Grand Prix. And, you know, just see how many we can get. The first one I'm going to want to do is the engine upgrade and finish that off. And I'm hoping I might be able to get a downforce upgrade. I don't think we'll be able to, you know, save up for a chassis weight. I just don't think that's going to happen. Sending all, you know, saving up that many points. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So let's get into this weekend and let's get rolling. Okay, then, so my first run is over and we're sat quite far down in P9, but there's one silver lining, which is that for no apparent reason, as per normal actually in this career, for some weird and unknown reason, I went out with about 5,000 kilos worth of fuel. I had enough for about 11 laps. So yeah, but look at our middle sector. Look, we are 7-8 tenths off in the middle sector, and that's where we're losing quite a lot of our time. But I'm hoping with the, you know, the lower weight and everything when we go out, which I actually am going to change now, that it will help. So I'll fast forward time, get another lap in, and then, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Alright, coming through the final section of corners. Look how far up we are. It's been a decent last couple of corners. Where's it going to be? Big pole position. Oh my god. From absolutely nowhere, we're in pole position. Jensen looks like he's had a little bit of an issue as well. Just the yellow flag up there. But wow. Holy Jesus. Let's get back to the garage. I want to see what our sector times were on that one, because that is absolutely incredible. From absolutely nowhere, we are claiming currently pole position by Jesus. That's so no, and it's been beat by Pascal Wehrlein. What? Pascal Wehrlein has come out of absolutely nowhere. Where's his teammate? What the hell has gone? Jesus Christ! Where's Wehrlein's lap? He's done. I don't know what they are. So there's a 28.6, 38.5, and a 34.6. So a tenth slower there, 28.5, 5 tenths slower there, and then he's Jesus Christ, Pascal Wehrlein has pulled out of absolutely nowhere to slide in for pole position. But what? I'm so proud of that effort. And Jensen Button's got a 5-place grid penalty as well. Jesus, where's Hamilton? Hamilton's in 6th. What a qualifying session. That is, I am absolutely just shell-shocked. That is absolutely incredible. Jesus. So we get some resource points there. Wow, I know Singapore's good for us, but look at that. And we are beating our teammate in the rivalry. That might not stay, but wow, so what's our voicemail going to say then?
Hi, guess who? I've seen the team's expectations for the race, so I thought I'd pass them on and wish you luck.
And the championship. Well, 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 well. So, yeah, let's get going with this Grand Prix. I really can't wait for this one. Let's see what happens. So let's go to the Singapore Grand Prix, and I will join you at the race. Okay then, so yeah, race time. So race strategy is pretty good. One thing to note for this is that if we go to lap 6 and lap 7, it isn't going to cost us much time. So I guess depending on how the race goes, we can. A safety car would mean we'll be able to go that far and not really lose any time, which would actually really help. So that's pretty good. So let's just see how the race goes really. Obviously formation laps are turned off. I cannot believe Pascal Wehrlein's got pole position. So 3, 4, 5 red lights. And we're off for this Singapore Grand Prix. Put it into rich mixture. Wehrlein's got a great start. Rosberg has got a poor one. So we need to try and at least match Wehrlein's pace, because when we get past him, I think he's going to hold a few people up. Because Singapore's a difficult place to pass. Bearing in mind in this race, a safety car came out last year. I think it came out last year. Oh yeah, we didn't actually see the footage. I remember now. But yeah, safety car came out last year and didn't really help us. We actually ended up winning that race. So let's see if we can do something similar just without the safety car. Our pace seems to be huge this year. Wehrlein's gone deep. We're just going to cut back and get him through here. As long as he doesn't turn in on us. Good boy, thank you. So now we can standard that, save a little bit of fuel and save the tyres, and then let's power on. We did quite a lot of R&D and running on this track, so the team know when it's best to pit, I think. The fact that we did do that R&D and stuff. I don't know how long the super soft tyres will last, but they know how long the ultra soft are going to last thanks to the data we collected, so that's positive as well. Do you know what, though? At the end of lap 1, it's not Wehrlein holding anyone up. It's actually genuinely Nico Rosberg. Wehrlein's got some pace on him. I don't know why around this track, because on the face of it, Manor are good at straight lines, but obviously not here. So that's actually really weird. I might have to look at the R&D and see what stuff they actually put on the car, because that might actually make a difference of what they actually put on the car. So I'll have to look at that at the end. But Wehrlein's pace is looking pretty good right now. I wouldn't mind coming second to Pascal Wehrlein, in all honesty. I really would not. Okay then, so just moving on to lap 4. Wehrlein's still behind us. He's actually dropped back a little bit in the last sector. So we'll see, 3.9 now. The runners at the back have finally actually gained some pace. Their pace was very, very slow. What's happened to Wehrlein? Has he pit? Is Wehrlein pit already to get an undercut? Or has he got an issue? I honestly don't know. But yeah, what was the midfield seems to have got their act together a little bit, setting their fastest lap. Rosberg has, I think he's about 4 seconds back, or was 4 seconds back. I don't quite know what he is now. Yeah, 4.4 seconds back, so it's on a shit, that's 3.2. That's changed massively. What the hell has actually happened now? Because our pace has not dropped off that much, I can tell you. But yeah, so Wehrlein is... fuck. Alright, so pit window's open this lap. Rosberg has actually... Jesus Christ, I reckon he must have turned the pace up. Button's in the pits already as well. I want to leave the pit stop for as long as I actually can. Jesus, Rosberg. What on earth has happened to his pace? It's just turned up to another level. We might have to turn this up. What's our tyre wear? 35%. We can go for another lap after this, I think. What I want to do is I want to try and be on these tyres for as long as possible. Not only so, you know, we're on the faster tyre for as long as we possibly can, but if we do that, then we miss out on people on the super soft tyres running for a longer stint. Because I know that there are a few at the back now that are doing that, so I want to try and miss them if actually possible. Button pit early, I don't quite know why. Ignore this corner cut. But yeah, so I want to try and avoid them and get away from the people that, you know, are on the super soft tyre, and, you know, just hope they, you know, they might pit if we go a little bit longer. So that's what I'm hoping. It might affect us with Rosberg, but I think we might be able to stay ahead on this track of that move. But if we pit later, then we'll have fresher super soft tyres for longer in this race. Alright, so we're going for another lap. On to lap 6. Rosberg has pitted. Now, we have to set probably our fastest lap of the weekend here. Or, you know, our fastest lap of the weekend for where the tyres and fuel and car is at. Bottas is going fast with a 1:45.4, I think that was. So that's pretty awesome. He's on the super soft tyres, so he's obviously got some clear air and just turned it up with the lower amounts of fuel that he's got. Our tyre wear isn't particularly great, but it's okay. Wehrlein, 1:44.7. So Wehrlein's turned up the pace as well. He must be on a set of soft tyres, I would think. Because that is an option, you know, to go ultra soft. But we're going ultra soft, super soft, and I think we're only going to lose, I think it said 300ths of a second or 400ths of a second or whatever, so that's what I'm only hoping to lose. So let's actually see how that goes. Massa and Bottas run a very similar strategy, so I'm hoping that we will miss them just completely in this race and sort of join into the group in front of where Jensen Button is. There's a group of 2 just ahead, so that might be Verline and Rosberg as we go very wide. So I want to join in about there-ish, but I don't think that's going to happen, not with this lap. It's not been particularly amazing. Alright then, so we're into the pits. Come on then, so is anyone going to pit from this group? By the looks of it, there is someone in. I don't actually know who that is. Let's have a look. Okay, no, they're not actually appearing. Oh, there they are. Where is Button? Button's actually miles behind. Come on, power, 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 come on, come on. 3-second pit stop. Are you joking? There's Nazar. There is Kvyat. Wow, we're actually going to end up miles ahead of this group then. There's Verline. So Verline's made some massive inroads then. Verline's doing a 2-stop. Wow, is that wise? No wonder he was setting fastest laps. And there's Hamilton. He must have made something work. Either that or he had a grid penalty. Oh yeah, that's why Button's so far behind, a grid penalty. Whether Hamilton's had a grid penalty and now he's just... I don't know, but Verline's going to be unbelievably quick. So we need to definitely watch out for Verline in this race and just make sure he doesn't get too far ahead. I don't think he will, but he will have fresh super softs when he comes back. By the way, I think our in-lap was something like 1.4 seconds slower than any lap we've done, so it wasn't, yeah, when I said it wasn't a particularly good lap, it was not a particularly good lap. So Haryanto's slow, 3.5 behind us, Jesus, we have left Hamilton for dead. 3.5 seconds, Haryanto's got an issue, Verline does not. Verline does not have an issue, however, does it look like we're keeping up with Haryanto here. Nice little clip of the wall, thanks for that, absolutely great driving, Alex. But we are either keeping with pace or as fast as... Whoa, that is actually absolute shite. But yes, we are keeping up with Pascal Verline by the looks of it. His pace in the man has been incredible. But we are getting away from Hamilton and that lot. But if Verline pits, he's going to have to get through a hell of a lot of people to end up on the podium. I reckon Manor have gone for a really, really poor strategy here, in all honesty. I do really reckon they've gone for a poor strategy. Is Verline in already? Verline's in already. Wow. So Verline's got to do a hell of a lot of work. I think this, the Ultra Soft, Super Soft was 7 seconds slower. But then you aren't accounting for when, you know, you aren't accounting for traffic. You aren't accounting for having to get round people. So it's not really a quick strategy at all. The cars in front of, I think that's Raikkonen, and probably Raikkonen and Vettel, Massa and Bottas. Quite far up the road, but they haven't pitted yet, so I don't know where they'll end up in this race, but well, it looks like their strategy's playing out pretty well. I think they'll pit not this lap, but the next lap, obviously, depending on... Actually, no, I think one half of them, so obviously one Williams and one Ferrari, will probably pit on this lap, and then the other 2 on the next lap, so it'll be interesting to see where they come out at the end of this race. Obviously, the Ferrari and the Williams are slower than the Manor right now, so that's... it's pretty interesting to see where he'll come in, where they'll, all 4 of them will come actually, in comparison to Verline and the strategy that he's running. Whether, you know, I don't know, whether the race teams actually, when they go up, you know, the whole pit stops and the strategy and everything goes up with it, I don't know. We'll have to see how this works, I guess. Can I say, that gap to Hamilton is staying about the same as it was. I want it to be more, what is it? Oh, it was 4 seconds and now it's 3.6. We only lost 2 tenths. In the middle sector though, and the middle sector is by far our slowest sector, so that's looking good. Alright, so we've now been promoted to 3rd as Raikkonen and Massa pit. So, and Rosberg's got Hamilton as well, I've literally just noticed. While that was all going on in the first, you know, first chicane, the first corner, whatever, you know, Rosberg's made a cheeky move by the sounds of it. Button's also up there now, it's very, very close behind. Button's in there, I think, I don't know who else is in there, but there's a few. It's looking very close. The field is not spread out. That, you know, having, you know, all of the R&D with everyone being a lot closer. Look at where everyone on the grid is now. Everyone is very, very close. By the way, the last thing we want now is a safety car. I'm enjoying this gap currently. And we've been promoted to 1st as Valtteri Bottas pits. Wow. So now we see who is on the, what? Oh, that's Haryanto. So now we see who is on the podium currently. It's Ricciardo. So maybe Hamilton was on a 2-stop as well, doing the ultra stop at the end. I don't know. That's incredible. So Rosberg's now got a lead. Hamilton might have an issue, I don't know. I haven't heard anything on the radio about any front wing damage or anything, so I don't really know. But yeah, Ricciardo is now very, very clear. He was miles away, I swear, from... oh, no, Hamilton, Jesus, there's a lot of changing around. A hell of a lot of changing around, but suddenly Rosberg's gotten pretty close, actually. I'm just looking in my wing mirror a little bit. There's Nico Rosberg there. We've turned it up to Rich just for this lap to try and counteract that. Whether he's got some more fuel on board, I don't know. But yeah, it's becoming a very interesting race with 4.5 laps to go. Okay then, so we are near the end of lap 13 and, well, the first proximity arrow has just appeared. We've been saving fuel. We have been saving fuel, but Rosberg just turned the screw up in the past few laps. I've been driving pretty well. I got myself into a rhythm absolutely beautifully. And yet Rosberg has just turned up the style in the past couple of laps. So much faster than Hamilton, so much faster than me. So I don't know what he's got on board his car. But he must have a pretty awesome setup. One thing I've been hearing a lot is that the AI actually tune their setups as we were talking about it. You know, from scene to scene, they don't just stick with a standard setup. They do actually tweak their setup. What we're going to do is going to rich me up for, you know, the next couple of laps. We haven't saving it, so we've got enough for 2 laps, which is pretty nice, which is going to help us a lot on the straights when Rosberg comes calling. So I think he might come calling soon. But gap to Hamilton's pretty large. Button is in. Whoa, as we go very, very, very wide. Button is in the fight for the podium. He's very much in it. But I don't think he's going to get it. I think he's in 6th place at the moment. 6th or 7th. So I think he's a little bit far away, but he's still in the fight for some decent points here. So let's just carry on. Fend off Rosberg and then finish his race. Because that's what we need. Because Rosberg has caught a massive lead right now. Rosberg. Whoa! What is Rosberg doing? Rosberg is out of this race. What on earth was Nico Rosberg doing? He was not there, and yet, wow. Wow. I don't think I'll get a replay now, but that was just ridiculous. There was no need for him to go there. I think Kimi Räikkönen was out of this race as well, so I don't know why a safety car hasn't been brought out, maybe because it's the last lap. But yeah, I really didn't see the need there. He wasn't there. I tried to move across, and he just hasn't yielded as I'm blocking the inside. His front wing wasn't there when I looked. Let's put it that way, and yet he's still there. So we've just got quite a huge part of our front wing. Hamilton is closing in, but I don't think it's going to make any difference. Actually, that's Ricciardo, because Ricciardo has overtaken Lewis Hamilton, whether he's got an issue, because Perez was actually up into 3rd place briefly then. So we could end up again. Well, I don't know where Ricciardo's come from, mind you, because you know, the Red Bull are not looking particularly rosy this currently. You know, I'm just going to move that down standard. But yeah, they've not been looking particularly great this season. The fact that they are only slightly above Manor, but below Force India, they're below Toro Rosso, below us, below Mercedes. Yet they're going to get a great 2nd place if it carries on like this. Okay, so we're going to come to the final few corners. Checkered flag is out, and we are going to win the Singapore Grand Prix. The fireworks are off. Absolutely incredible. So there we go, the fireworks are off, absolutely amazing race. Where did Pascal Verlaine actually finish in the race? I can't actually see him. There we go, P16 after doing a 2-stop. Wow, that really did not go well for him. So Jenson Button in 5th place, We're obviously in first, Hamilton fourth. Perez did get that podium, so obviously got it right on the line there by 2/10 of a second. Absolutely incredible. Bottas and the Williams in sixth, so they had a pretty good, decent stint. Felipe Massa in 8th place, that was pretty nice from them. Sebastian Vettel from 16th to 10th, great race from him. So what's that do to the Drivers' Championship? That means that we are still first by 24 points. So we are within a race, you know, a race win, you know, a race and no points, you know what I mean. From that, Jenson Button is still in 3rd place. Not much has really changed, apart from when we go down to 9th and 10th. Oh no, Daniel Ricciardo moved up a few places. Max Verstappen stayed in the same place. Perez moved up. Mazda Hulkenberg has moved down. So what's that mean for the constructors? No one changes. We are 49 points ahead of Mercedes AMG Petronas F1 team. Ferrari are lagging back, but Force India are now suddenly starting to come into it a little bit. Whether they'll be able to take Red Bull and Williams, I don't know. Toro Rosso are still lagging back, so I was hoping I'd see them a little bit more, but you know, it wasn't to be. Renault, Sauber and Haas are very, very much at the bottom. With Sauber and Haas not getting any points at all. So what's that going to mean for our R&D? The fact we are going to probably cease it in this race. Well, it means that we have 507 points. Well, now we're going to with 564 points. Beautiful. We are still winning the rivalries, but Jensen, I think, getting a fast lap. All of them are up there, so it's a very, very, very positive weekend for us. Absolutely amazing. I think Malaysia is the next race, if I am quite right. Yeah, Malaysia is the next race. I'm not sure we'll get too much there, because we're not particularly great in Malaysia, but I guess we'll see. We'll see how that goes. In fact, we did get a win there last season. We did for the next next 3 races. What was that? A 3rd in Mexico after, I think it was tyre wear issues, and then a 1st in Brazil, and Abu Dhabi did not finish how we want. So I know last season we obviously went on to 50% races. Unfortunately, you know, due to the fact that I am doing my degree and all that sort of thing, I'm not going to be able to do that for this season. It's a shame, but because I love the strategy side of it, as we purchase this last upgrade and cease the R&D. But yeah, it's a shame, but there's not much I can really do about it. I do have to prioritise. So yeah, it's going to be 25% races until the end of the season. We'll do 25% races for next season until we do get to Singapore, where they will be, I don't know actually what they will be. They might be 50%, they might be 25%. I guess it depends where we are. So that's what that means for this season. Currently, Marina Bay, absolutely amazing win. Our development is going to mean that we will go a little bit further ahead of Mercedes, but not too much. Whether they'll bring some developments for probably their last R&D update at the end of the season, I don't know. But you know, absolutely amazing win. 1st place there. Well, yeah. What was the manner points that they got? So they got downforce, weight, and fuel consumption. So I guess weight and downforce is pretty crucial for Singapore. So yeah, I can see that. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, like this video if you're enjoying it. Subscribe if you're brand new to this channel. Of course, there is so many other videos on the channel for you to watch and enjoy. I really, really hope you enjoyed this episode. It's been a very interesting episode. Probably one of the better ones I've been in. Obviously, you know, not better than some of the Canada episodes and things like that. But you know, it's been an amazing weekend. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And of course, I'll see you guys next time for more Return to Glory. Goodbye.